Hello and welcome to Indian Story. There is nothing more beautiful and exciting than story. Everybody has a story. In fact, the story is a light. Now let's watch what this story has to say.
I always worked very hard even during those my articleship. I never thought that I am working for somebody else or this thing. I always thought that whatever I am doing for myself and it will work for me in my future. I had many challenges in my life, but somehow or the other I don't know how I got through them and became successful. My name is K.M Agarwal. I am basically chartered accountant. I am Krishna Murari Agarwal. I am chartered accountant by profession. I was born in Rampur in the year 1948. I had my basic education up to 12th in Rampur. It was an inter-college and had my schooling in a very small Pathshala kind of a school. And after 12th, after doing my intermediate, I went to Allahabad University for doing my graduation in commerce. Luckily, I was awarded the best student medal of the university by late Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. At that time he was our prime minister. And then immediately I came to Delhi for after qualifying. I came to Delhi and did my CA and qualified in the year 1969. There are many memories of childhood. I was a very naughty boy, but always stood first so far as studies are concerned, and my parents were really very worried about my future because how I will, and particularly at the time I was going, leaving my house for going to Allahabad. My parents were very scared whether I will be on the right path there, I would be doing the same Shaitania which I am doing here. But luckily I promised them that I will study and study alone and I will concentrate on that, and I did it. My father's name was Shri Madhuram Agarwal. He played a very important role in my life, engaging me into hard work and engaging me in social activities. He was a kind of person, if he has two coats, jackets, and if he finds somebody who needed it, he will just give it. He will not bother for anything else. He always taught that you should be helpful for others, and to some extent those things have engraved in myself also. So I have always looked after my family, my relations and everybody. My mother name was Savitri Devi, Srimati Savitri Devi. She was my role model. Whatever she will tell me, that was patthar ki lakir for me. And she was a very simple lady, always blessing to me and to entire family. The one instance I like to say that I used to attend a lot of parties. One day my mother said 40 years back, when I felt little bit ill, that I have not asked you for anything, but I want to ask you something today. I said, what? He said, you stop drinking. I said, I will not drink from today onwards. And that is the day I have not touched it, now almost 40 years. So that is the kind of influence she had in my life. She was a very pious lady, and she never had any extra desire for anything. She used to always love all of us and was ready to do anything for all of us. She was very gentle and kind to all of us. I can say that only. We have one elder brother. His name is Revati Raman Agarwal. He is still in Rampur doing business. My eldest sister is Usha Rani. She is married and she is there in Kanpur. The second sister, she is no more, Saroj Gupta. And third is Shova Rani. She is younger to me and she is at Meerut. And the fourth one is Sarvesh. She is here in Delhi. We have a very good bonding. among all the brothers and sisters, and we recently celebrated our 50th anniversary, and everybody including every child, and they were all here. And that is the kind of, not only them, but all our cousins, etc., were here. So we have a very strong bonding, and we can stand for each other anytime. My childhood, my mother, to whom I have seen working very hard, and my father also, who looked after me so well, despite so many things not with him. I have never accepted the defeat in my life. Either you live it or leave it. I had many challenges in my life, but somehow or the other, I don't know how I got through them and became successful. What I feel is work hard, keep patience, and never be dishonest in your work. If you are telling somebody, you are advising some of your clients, advise very honestly, sincerely. Don't look after your personal interest. Your personal interest would be met at any time if they are successful. So that has been my success story. Many of my clients are with me even today for anything. I completed my CA in the first attempt. It has been a good luck for me. That CA used to be for 4 years, and there used to be a lot of demand for articles that training ship at that time, and it was very difficult to get article sheet. You have to wait for some time. But fortunately, when I qualified my BCom, there was a notification from the institute that if you have qualified your BCom, if you have qualified graduation with more than 60% marks and qualify your intermediate examination in first attempt, your article period should be reduced from 4 years to 3 years. And secondly, if you have qualified your graduation with 60% marks and above, you would be given an additional seat by the institute to pursue your career. So I was offered that seat, additional seat, so I didn't had to wait for my articleship. I qualified in 3 years exactly, and thereafter a friend of mine helped me a lot in my career, as a professional career. I always worked very hard even during my articleship. I never thought that I am working for somebody else or this thing. I always thought that whatever I am doing for myself, and it will work for me in my future. During my articleship also, late articleship, I used to work part-time to sustain myself and to gain independent experience, and that has helped me a lot. When I qualified, I started making applications, but my determination was that I will do practice only, and I was very successful in my practice. In the year 1982, some of my friends, including my daughter-in-law's father, who was a great friend of mine since almost graduation, almost when we qualified together almost, they told me to contest for election of the institute, which I hesitatingly did in the year 1982 for the Northern India Regional Council of the institute. Luckily, I got elected in the first attempt and became chairman of the regional council in the very first term. But once you become a regional council chairman, it tempts you to go further. And then again those friends pursued me to contest election for the Central Council of India for the Institute of Chartered Accountants. Again with their support and well wishes, their hard work, I could get success in the election in the first time, in the year 1985. From the very first day, I started my company. after qualifying. And I was so confident that after my articleship was over and my result was coming 2-3 days afterwards, I went to some shop in Chandni Chowk for buying some law books. The person was an author, lawyer and a publisher also. So he said, "Young man, what are you doing?" I said, "I have just completed my articleship and have appeared for examination. My result is coming few days afterwards." He said, "Would you like to do some work, professional work?" I said, "Yes, but I cannot sign." You go to that shop, a publication shop, they want a certificate which has to be produced in the court, you have to do it very thoroughly. All right, I went to that shop and they agreed to accept my services, but I told them, "Look, I will be issuing you certificate on 1st of August because my result would be declared on 31st July. I am very sure that I will be passing and I will be getting membership on 1st. For my membership fees, I made a draft on 31st, deposited on 1st August, so I became member of the institute immediately the next day of my result and issued that certificate. Thereafter, I didn't look back and God was with me, my friends were with me and I was. My name of my company is K.M Agarwal and Company, Chartered Accountants, and it is there in Daryaganj on the main road, 36 Netaji Subhash Marg, Daryaganj, New Delhi, and now I am sitting here in Kailash Colony next to Metro station. My hobbies are not plenty, many. My hobby is that I like traveling. I have enjoyed. I must have visited more than 50 countries in the world and in India also. But my hobby has been that you do your work to your fullest. If you have some work in the office, it must be finished and the next day in the evening your table should be clear. That has been my passion. And still today I go to my office at 9 o'clock and come back at 6:30. I have completing in 75 years. I am not very spiritual, but I cannot say that I am not at all. I am a God-fearing person. Now lately I go to some retreats, spiritual retreats, and I love to go at least 2 times a year. It is not more for any guru or this thing and that thing, but more that you keep yourself fit, you keep your mind under control, soul under control, and it rejuvenate for 4 days in any ashram, like where we have some kriyas and other things. Name of my wife is Mrs. K.M Agarwal. It has been a very, very simple marriage, and she has been a very tough housemaster. But she never gave me any complaint that something is in disorder. She will keep her house tidy and in order, always in time. And I was always free about my household activities. I was concentrating on my profession and my office, and she was concentrating on her household affairs and on her children. And still today that thing persists. I had a son, K.M Agarwal. He was born in August 73. He is a very quiet, calm person and very obedient. According to my wish, he did CA. He was admitted in Sri Ram College of Commerce, but I thought he should be independent. So I sent him to Sri College, Bombay, and I got him name removed from here in Sri Ram College. Dr. Sancheti, who was principal Sri Ram College at that time, he telephoned me, "Mr. Agarwal, everybody is after me to get admission in Sri Ram College, and you are plucking your son from Sri Ram College and sending to." I said, "I don't want to be under my shadow. I want him to be independent person." So he would be there in the hostel and independent. So I sent him to K.M College. During that period also he did his started his training as CA, and when he was appearing for final examination, he has to appear in two papers, two groups. He said, Papa, my second group is not well prepared. I said, कोई बात नहीं है, appear हो जाओ. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा यही है ना, पास नहीं कर पाओगे, एक ग्रुप होगा, दूसरा ग्रुप फिर अटेम्प्ट कर लेना, लेकिन appear हो जाओ. God being with us, he qualified in both the groups. And then he said, age is my side, I want to go abroad for doing my MBA. I said, go ahead. So he went to Manchester Business School for doing his MBA in finance. Once he was in final stages of MBA, I said, what is your program now? You want to come back to India, or you want to have some service or some venture, whatever? Your choice is yours. He immediately said, no, I would be working with you. At that time, I was on the top of my profession, being past president, immediate past president of the institute, SAFA, CAPA, and International Federation, etc., etc. I asked him whether he would like to come to the politics of the institute for elections, etc. He said, no, Papa, this is not my cup of tea.
Father has been like a superhero. मैंने जितने भी लोग थे चारों तरफ उनसे उनके बारे में ज़्यादा सुना है देन उनको डायरेक्टली खुद देखा हो बचपन में. यू नो इट्स लाइक you go here, you talk, you listen about him, you go there, you listen about him. So a very very classic case of कि someone you have to aspire to be, someone you have to follow definitely. वो कोई और ऑप्शन ही नहीं है आपके पास, ये एक रास्ता है जो आपको चलना ही है. So with kind of blinkers on, you have to keep following that path. So that was because of that image of my father that has been created all throughout the life, and I think that is how it happened. That is how it happened till I achieved what I had to achieve. I just kept following that path without any deviation here or there.
My daughter is a very jolly fellow, very naughty, very laughing, and at the same time very loving and caring for me. She did her graduation, and immediately after that, I think within 6 months or 7 months, as happens in our Bania families, she got married and they are happily living. Work hard, give your 100% for whatever you are doing. The day would be yours. And if you can help for somebody, don't hesitate if you can do. That will come back with you with interest. You will never lose it. And I have seen it personally in my life. Same thing, that very very important, you should have patience. कुछ आपको अपनी ज़िंदगी में बहुत कुछ काम करना है, बहुत मेहनत करनी है, और उसके साथ साथ बहुत सारी चीज़ों को आपको सहन करना है, बहुत सारी चीज़ों को इग्नोर करना है और आगे बढ़ते चलना है. Now, I think your channel is doing a wonderful work. They contacted me, I think 3-4 years back also, but somehow or the other I couldn't make it. And now I am very happy that they got me and on this, and they are doing really good job. And I have seen some of the interviews you have taken, and many of them are my friends. Lately I saw somebody, Subhash Agarwal, SMC, and one more person, both of them were known to me.
Yes, we are all unique. We come and go. But these stories are legacy forever. Do share your story with Indian Story anytime, anywhere. And don't forget to subscribe our channel